Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Milestone Circles information session. My name is Cami Twiggs Taylor, and I am the director of the Milestone Circles program at the Nasdaq Entrepreneurial Center. For those of you who may not know, the Nasdaq Center is a nonprofit improving access and knowledge in entrepreneurship to advance economic progress for all. As you'll see in the chat in just a moment, the Nasdaq Center provides programs, resources, and exceptional mentorship to help entrepreneurs fuel prosperity, no matter where their journey begins. And so be sure to check out the links and resources shared in the chat. I am going to launch a few polls to step back and take a temperature gauge on how you all are doing today. We use this information to guide the programs we provide for this global community of entrepreneurs. If there are specific topics or challenges you'd like us to create resources for, feel free to share them in the chat. Just a couple of quick housekeeping notes before we get started. First, let us know where you're dialing in from by dropping it in the chat. We'd love to see where everyone is joining us for our time together today. Second, we'll have a live Q&A at the end of the event, so feel free to submit your questions at the time using the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen, and we'll do our best to get to as many as we can. While you're answering, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the incredible support of our corporate partners. The work we do at the center wouldn't be possible without the generosity and belief of our partners and funders, including Nasdaq, Wells Fargo, KPMG, JP Morgan Chase, Wilson Sonsini, Walmart, the Marriott Foundation, and BPM. We are deeply grateful for their partnership and hope you'll join us in sharing that appreciation. All right, so let's take a look at these polls that are coming through. All right, what is keeping you up at night? All right, so it looks like finance, marketing, and sales. A couple of us are saying team, surviving, and scale. All right. Very good. Well, at this time, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Milestone Circles program. We'll save some time at the end for Q&A. So remember, go ahead and place those questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. All right, so let's talk about it. Milestone Circles, that's what you came here for, right? So I'm going to start with an overview. I'm going to share a little bit of what makes this program unique from the other immersive programs at the center, and also talk about the application process. But first, let's talk about why this is important for you as an entrepreneur. So I have a few questions for you before we get started. And let me know, talk to me inside of the chat. So we often hear from business owners that they're expressing to us the need for time, resources, and support as a few of the critical areas as an entrepreneur. So the first one is time. Have you ever felt that you're spending so much time working in your business that you don't have time to work on your business? If that sounds like you, let me know in the chat. You're spending all of this time working in your business. You're not spending the time working on your business. Let us know. Me, yes. Me, okay. Here's the next question for you. Me. It's coming through. It's coming through. I have a hand raised as well. All right, here's the next question. Let's think about resources. Do you ever feel like, I know what I need to do to move my business forward or to grow my business, but I don't know how to access that. Where do I begin? And you're probably like looking online and all these different places, and you're like, okay, this person says this person says that. How do I know what is the right direction to take? How does that sound like you? Let me know in the chat. Me, yes. All right, so one more. How about this one? I feel like I am alone in a silo, and my current network, whether it's my friends, family, and team, they just don't understand my vision as an entrepreneur. They're telling me, when is he or she going to go and get a job? How about that one? Absolutely. I am alone. All right. So Listen, you have found your group, your community here with Milestone Circles. You are not alone. And if you just look at the chat, you can see that you are not alone. So let's talk about this program, Milestone Circles. This is a 12-week immersive programming experience that is designed to help you accelerate your leadership and achieve significant strategic company growth. Over the next 12 weeks, we will help you clarify and define your critical growth goals for yourself first as an entrepreneur, because we are entrepreneur first at the center, and your business. We'll help you accelerate your company's growth velocity and increase and capture opportunity recognition. The Milestone Circles program, we serve growth-focused entrepreneurs from all across this country. We launched our very first circle in 2021. And since then, we have supported over 6,300 founders from all across this country. And so we have onboardings, brand new groups, brand new circles that are beginning each and every week. This 12-week experience begins with an onboarding. We are focusing on our value, vision, our why as an entrepreneur. And then each of the participants will identify a milestone that is based on a critical business need. Following onboarding, participants are able to pull down on the resources that we offer at the center that is really strategically to help them be able to accomplish this milestone. And so figuring out aligning classes and reflection and accountability support. Also, we have workbooks and toolkits at the center that you will be using as well. And so again, all of these working together to support you. And again, not to even mention that dynamic community of 6,300 that I just mentioned a moment ago. And so at the end of the experience, we love to celebrate, and we will celebrate your accomplishments through a virtual celebration where you'll have, and then you'll also have opportunity to be featured inside of a media moment. Again, what makes us unique is that robust community, dynamic founders from across all expertise, backgrounds, and talents that's supporting each other, that's leaning in. Wouldn't it be nice to talk to someone who solved the problem you're trying to solve today? They may be like 6 months, 8 months, a year ahead of you, and they're reaching back and they're showing you or supporting you in what your steps are as you're moving forward in your business as well. Or to be able to ask a question to someone that's going to help you, maybe in another industry that you're not familiar with, make the right decisions for your business. All of that leadership support is what we're here for. The other thing that makes us really unique at the Milestone Circles program is our mentorship opportunity, the peer-led support mentorship. After you graduate from the Milestone Circles program, we ask you for a pay it forward. How that you are going, this is absolutely free experience, but thanks to the support of the Wells Fargo Foundation, they are supporting this, this program. And because of that, we ask for pay it forward. And one way that our participants pay it forward is as cornerstone mentors. So they are your guides, your peer leads that's going to be there holding your hand, walking with you, helping you to think about things differently because they have an accomplished milestone and they want you to win as well. And so you'll be able to meet them. We have over 200 mentors, cornerstone mentors, that's a part of the Milestone Circles program. All right, so let's talk about the application process. We have our application that is open right now today, so you can apply today and we'll be able to hear back from us like next week. And so just head on over, put the link in our chat that takes you directly to our website where you'll be able to complete that application. Once you have been able to complete the application, you'll be able to talk a little bit about yourself, your needs. When you have a preferred start date, you can do that as well. Circles fill it pretty quickly. And so I encourage you to do that as quickly as possible. Share as many dates as you would want that you have available to make sure that we have the most opportunities to be able to pull you in. And then once you are approved, you'll be assigned a start date. And so you'll get a note from a member of our team and moving you through to the next steps. All right. Well, that is the Milestone Circles program in a nutshell. And I am actually going to pause for questions that may be coming in from you. So what questions do you have for me? Oh, I love it. Everyone is speaking in the chat. Okay, we have from Arizona. While you're like looking, hello from Arizona. Where are y'all joining us from? Chicago. Look at Chicago, Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis. All right. Columbia, South Carolina, Hawaii. Welcome. New York, Tennessee, Wisconsin. Look at us. Idaho, Alabama. All right. Let me know what questions do you have. All right. Here's our first question. Have some coming in. Great question. How does this differ from Milestone Makers? So if you're familiar with the Milestone Makers program at the center, the biggest difference between the two programs is that this program, Milestone Circles, is for US-based entrepreneurs only. The Milestone Makers program is open to global founders. Milestone Makers cohorts are also theme-based cohorts. And so that's also makes it a little bit different from the Milestone Circles program. And again, as I shared earlier, we have our robust community of 6,300 founders. And so it's not just that you're going through a 12-week process, pulling down resources and support and mentorship and all of those things and classes, but you also are doing it and being able to have access to that community as well. All right, give me some example of some past milestones. Well, I'll say that it's a process. And thinking about your business need, if you think about your business need, then that is what ends up being a milestone. What we do inside of this program is we help you craft that, whatever that business need is, to make sure that it is achievable at the end of these 12 weeks. And we stress test that with you and we strategize. And so this is a process. And I don't put the milestones out there because sometimes you hear it and you're like, oh, maybe that's what I need to do. No, no, no. It is unique to you. And so when you come into the program, when you first come in, we don't even want to talk about a milestone until that moment comes. And so if you take a moment and think about, we just asked the question earlier, what is keeping me up at night? Whatever that is, and you probably have a laundry list of things, but that is what can turn into a milestone. All right, next question. I'm curious about business types. I have a residential cleaning business and relaunching a digital transformation consultancy. Would that be eligible? And so I want you to think about this of what is transformative to be able to grow your business. And so that residential cleaning business, that is an opportunity for you to make impact. And so, yes, that is definitely an eligible business for the Milestone Circles program. How can we maximize every moment of our 12 weeks here? Great question. So, we have a guided learning system that we use. It's called our Matrix LMS. And so that is going to help you stay accountable. So we have support there where you can know, here are the things that you need to accomplish towards your milestone. You're going to create a plan of how you're going to accomplish that milestone, and you will be able to track those activities as well. And so I would say continue to lean in. Entrepreneurs typically share that they are spending like 4 to 6 hours per week working on their milestone. And so leaning into your circle cohort, as well as the activities that you have identified to getting your milestone accomplished. All right, whatever. If you have a question, put it in the Q&A function for us. All right. So I see a couple here coming in. So everything is virtual. Everything is virtual at the Milestone Circles program. So yes, it's a virtual meeting. Onboarding is virtual. Everything is virtual. And we do have, you'll be shared a calendar invite or a schedule will be provided to you. When you're saying mentoring at SCORE, I'm not sure what that is. If you could ask a little bit more specific of what you may be referring to, or the type of mentorship you're thinking about, I'm happy to answer that, Lynn. All right. What else? What else? What else? Do you believe this program would be beneficial if you haven't started your business, but you are working on gathering or building a concept? That is a great question. If you've not yet started your business, you can pull down on resources at the center. We have Mentor Makers, which is our mentorship platform where you can schedule time with mentors that are all across the globe. And so you can start working on that, getting that business off the ground, and then you can dial back in to apply for the Milestone Circles program. And we'll put that link in the chat for Mentor Makers. And I'll also encourage you to take a look at the classes that we offer at the center, because we have classes there that will be able to support you as well. We also have a YouTube channel. And so those are on-demand resources that are always available to you. There are over 400 classes that are available on our YouTube channel. All right, so Lynn said, one-on-one mentoring, is it individualized, group, or is there a person training online courses to watch in the LMS? Okay, so the mentoring is live. So there are yes, we do have small group mentoring, and we have one-on-one mentoring. And so you can access that in Mentor Makers or one-on-one mentoring. There are fireside chat sessions available as a small group mentoring. With Milestone Circles specifically, so you have access to our Mentor Makers platform, that you can find that on our center website. For Milestone Circles specifically, we have both small group mentoring with your cornerstone mentor, and again, they're a graduate of the program, but they have their own level of expertise that you'll want to pull down on, and they do that one-on-one. We also have Wells Fargo provides corporate mentorship to our entrepreneurs. So again, they are a sponsor of Nasdaq Center and Milestone Circles program. And so you can also join those small group mentoring sessions with Wells Fargo experts. Yeah, so for-profit or nonprofit, either of those are applicable to the Milestone Circles program. And all business stages. We just ask that you are in business prior to coming into the program or to be accepted into the program. Question of, what is the financial commitment? Zero. Everything that we offer at the center is 100% free. We ask for a pay it forward after graduation. There are many ways you can pay it forward. You can share your experience with other entrepreneurs. You can mentor with us. There's some participants that do things through their business. It's totally up to you. But everything that we offer, our classes, resources, immersive program experiences, all of it is absolutely free. Speak about what happens at graduation and beyond. I want to know how long we'd have access once the program is complete. So you will always have access to these resources post-graduation. But in addition to that, our alum have their own dynamic community, and say they often get together in person. They have like this Third Thursdays event where they are still working and supporting each other. But when you graduate, you just don't graduate with those milestone accomplishments that you're going to be sharing at graduation, but you'll also share your next milestone. And that's what you're going to be working on, because what we're going to help you to do is have a repeatable process, a strategy to continue to grow your business. And so our graduates take that next milestone and they go into our alum experience and they continue working there. We also sometimes at the center, we have in-person experiences. So we were just in Chicago this summer. We have been in San Francisco for the Milestone Circles program like a year before. We've been in New York City. And so as a graduate of the program, you are invited, you are the first group to be invited to those in-person experiences. And I will tell you that those seats fill up very quickly. And so we have a dynamic experience. We bring in speakers, you're in community, and then we also have a special in-person graduation opportunity that you can take part in. All right. Are the sessions in the evening? How long are they? So our sessions are either 8 to 11 a.m. Pacific time or 12 to 3 p.m. Pacific time. And so basically morning or afternoon. And of course, I'm on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast with me, the last session time is like in the afternoon, like after 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Can you focus on more than one business? So you want to focus on one business and one milestone. So that's a really great question. This program helps you to focus in on that one need and put all of your effort, all of the resources, all of the support behind that one critical need to be able to push that business forward. So yes, we want to focus on one. And then after you have that accomplished, then you'll take a look at what's next. That's how we're gaining traction to move forward. And yes, nonprofits, that's okay. Oh, the question. I love this. Y'all have all of the questions today. Love it. Days are the sessions. We have them on different days. So we have Mondays, and we have Wednesday sessions, Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesday sessions. So they're different availability that we have. When you apply to the Milestone Circles program, you'll be provided different options of your preferences, and we go from there. And even let me say this, especially if anyone has applied, if you have applied, and because we open these up quarter by quarter to quarter. So like right now, we're like towards the end of a quarter. And so if you're like looking there, you're like, oh my gosh, these times are not really aligning with me right now. Don't just click out. Just you can say there, please reach out to me next quarter. And so we are updating our dates. As those dates fill, we will expand to open up brand new dates. All right. And the other thing I always share is that, I love that you all are here today, but share it with your friends. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to get some entrepreneur friends that you already have and be like, you know what, let's apply to this together. Let's do this together. One of the things that we talk about with the Milestone Circles program is accountability partnerships. And what is really nice about this is that when you're inside of these accountability partnerships and you go to a class and this other person goes to a class that's inside of your accountability group, you can take 3 or 4 classes inside of a week and then all take insights and notes and share it with each other. And so your time in just one classes really is going to equal to 4 or 5 classes because you are working together in community. That's how that community works and that support system works. Can you share info about interns? Will they intern as volunteers for a nonprofit? So I think you might be referring to Startup Intern Match. That is a different program than the Milestone Circles program. That is a program where you can apply to have interns with your business. And so there's some information about that on our website. But if you have any other specific programs for that lead, if you want to put it, send us a note, and then we can get that answered for you. We'll put our email inside of the chat. Any best practices you can share for the application? Anything that really still, oh, what a nice question. I really like this one. I know I keep saying, y'all like all the questions. It's like a great question. No, but these are really good questions. I never received this question before. This is what I will say. Focus in on, there's a question you're going to be asked of what is your current business need? What is keeping you up at night? You just did the polling questions of what's keeping you up at night. We want to know what your pain points are, because that's what we are going to help support and curate for you as a program participant. And so focusing on there, making sure that the email that you're using, I mean, it's kind of feel like, like, what you mean the email? I know my email. Making sure that your email is your up-to-date email, making sure that you are really focusing on those pain points, and that those are very clear of what you're working on. I'm sorry, but what is your critical need for your business, for sure. So email and pain points. Make sure that you focus in there. Other questions? These are great. All right. Well, it has been wonderful connecting with you all. Yes, you can apply to the Milestone Circles program using that link in the chat if you have not already. Again, if you apply today, you will likely hear back from us next week. And so don't delay. We have circles that are open and they fill up very quickly. So looking forward to seeing you all inside of the circle very soon. We also would love for you to join us for our upcoming webinars. You can view those webinar events by using the link in the chat. Thank you all for joining us today, and we look forward to welcoming you back online with us very soon.